Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how I painted this very simple and minimalistic abstract landscape watercolor painting, and I really hope you enjoy watching this tutorial. I'm using my Princeton Neptune 1/2 inch flat brush, watercolor brush for this painting, and I'm starting by painting a very watered down wash of alizarin crimson, wet on dry, and then I clean my brush and I try to soften the bottom edge using a clean damp brush. And then I move on to painting the top section of the painting using lavender. If you don't have this color, you can use a very watered down version of cobalt blue or French ultramarine blue. And again, I cleaned my brush and I tried to soften the top edges of the lavender section. And while the paper is still very wet, I switched to my small Chinese calligraphy brush, and I'm using pure Jadeite Genuine by Daniel Smith, and I'm just dropping this very pigmented dark color into the wet surface of the paper. As you can see, this color is spreading beautifully on the paper, and that's just because my paper is wet enough, and also my brush has enough water in it so that the paint can spread so much on the paper. So if you try this technique and you notice that your paint doesn't spread as much, it's probably because maybe your paper is slightly drier or you don't have enough water on your brush and the paint won't spread as much. For the next step, I'm using my acrylic ink, and this color is pure indigo. I'm just dropping some of this color to add shadow color for the trees. If you don't have acrylic ink, you can just use indigo watercolor paint instead. It's really not that necessary. I just use it because I have it, and I really usually like to use it in my abstract watercolor paintings. And just using pure indigo with watercolor paint would do the same job. And then I used my rigger brush to paint very thin tree trunks and branches for these trees. And I realized that some of this color is spreading to the bottom part of the painting, and I decided to lift that color that was spreading to the bottom part using a clean damp brush. But then I looked at my painting and I realized I kind of like that effect. It looks very beautiful. So instead of panicking and trying to wipe it no matter what and try to lift it with a paper towel, I just decided to go with it and just turn the bottom part of the painting into water. So I added some lavender, and then as you can see, I'm using gravity to help the paint run more towards the bottom part. And then I'm just dropping some more of the same Jadeite Genuine at the bottom part of these trees to basically paint the reflection wet on wet as well. I really enjoy watching watercolor paint spread like this on the paper. That's why I always try to use wet on wet technique, because it's like a therapy for me. It's very satisfying to watch. This is actually the first time that I'm doing a experimental abstract watercolor painting on this paper. I recently purchased this journal, and I did a couple of representational style paintings on it, and I think it's a good paper for doing those styles of painting too, but I especially like this paper for doing abstract and experimental paintings, because in experimental paintings I usually paint a section, I look at it, see if I like it or not. I may decide to erase it, just add more water and erase it, or I decide to add more paint, more water. Like, there's a lot of playing around and experimenting involved. And I noticed that this paper can actually tolerate a lot of playing around and just adding more paint, lifting and all that. And I noticed some other papers that I usually use, I need to be a lot more decisive when I'm using those papers. Like the fewer brush strokes, the better the results. Because if I go back and forth and try to like do all that, the paint can become muddy and it can just make the painting really ugly. So this is what I really like about this paper, and I think I'm just going to use it for my experimental paintings. Let me know if you've tried this paper, and I would like to know your experience with it too. But yeah, I think I'm just going to use this paper for just experimental and abstract watercolor paintings. And it's just so much fun that I don't have to worry about the paper getting muddy, the colors becoming muddy, or the paper buckling. This paper doesn't buckle at all. Like, it's very surprising to like work with a watercolor paper that doesn't buckle. So yeah, overall I'm very happy with my purchase and been having a lot of fun doing these abstract tiny watercolor paintings with it. And this is the finished painting. I really hope you enjoyed watching this tutorial. Don't forget to ask me your questions in the comment section, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy painting!